Nutrients, the originator of the formula for Osteo Bio Complex, a product with concerned people considering bone density. However, I would like to start by saying this, that years ago, when we were concerned about people with osteoporosis or bone density, we just suggested to the people just to take the bone nutrients, and that would be good, calcium, vitamin D, but there was so much disappointment that we had to find other things to help these people. So I decided to do some reading research. I didn't have a lab, so I do most of my research by reading. I found out that the reason there was a disappointment was that nutrients do not develop bone. Nutrients only fill in the bone after the bone is being remodeled. What was going on was that the nutrients were being placed in poor density bone, so the new replacement wasn't even coming out as a fine density bone. So where was the problem? I interviewed a lot of people, I read a lot of things, and I found out that the remodeling process was not working right. Due to age and a lot of medical problems, the modeling aid was not producing the density bone that should be there. So what was the problem? Who could solve it? I decided to do some more reading research, and I found a substance, a polyphenol, coming from plant life that can do just that. It can take the place of the failure in the hormones of people and the disease that people had that was holding back the complete change of the bone from the older bone to the new replacement bone. And our product does this. What it does, first, it excites the bone developing because this bone developing was being sluggish. It wasn't performing properly. So let's start from there. One benefit, it starts the remodeling program. And then after that, what it does, it increases the osteoblasts, which are the bone developing cells. It hasn't got much to do with osteoclast. In the beginning, I thought it did, but the bone cells that produce the bone come from the mesenchyme. What they really are, they're just stem cells that are differentiated from a dormant stage into a specialized stage. And the specialized stage here with the osteoblasts are the bone development. So now we have the starting of the remodeling, and we have the increase of the generation of the osteoblasts. But that's not good enough, because what's happening is, as the bone is being developed, the fat cells are sneaking into the bone mass, taking the place of not doing anything at all to help with the generation of bone. So what they do, what our product does, it actually prevents the fatty cells from being formed. It cuts it down. So by doing that, it puts space where the bone is occupied by the fat cells, which is taking too much space of doing nothing. So now that we have the space, the osteoblast can continue to lay down bone into that new space, increasing the bone density to 10 to 30%. Now, the other remarkable thing that takes place is the osteoblasts themselves turn into osteocytes. They remodel themselves from the osteoblasts to the osteocytes, and they become part of the bone. Now, just think what I said. By our product increasing the number of osteoblasts, they're increasing the number of the bone cells. Another miracle taking place. So this is what our product does. So it also balances the balance between the osteoclast and osteoblast, because if you get runaway osteoclast, you can have more bone destruction than replacement, and a patient can start losing bone density. Some patients lose as much as 2% a year by that problem. So it was not the fact that we gave the nutrients. So now the nutrients become important because they can come into the mass while the bone is being developed where they should be. And because of our product creating a denser bone, we now have the new bone being a dense new bone with the nutrients. Now, why did we put the nutrients in? I couldn't take a gamble that the person's lifestyle and their diet would not give us all the nutrients that are needed. So we put every single essential nutrients for the bone that's in the product. So beside having the generator, so to speak, of the development of bone, we actually put in the nutrients that are needed in the bone. And that's why we call it complex. It's Osteo Bio Complex. And that's the product we have to offer the public. So I think you should take a good look at this, because anybody concerned with bone density, this is the real McCoy. Now, the clincher of my whole setup here is that we have studied research from the University of Cordoba, from the Japanese scientists that claim everything that I just said was bona fide, and they agree that our product could be used against the symptoms of osteoporosis. Thank you for listening.